Hey everyone, it's Teresa. Happy Monday. How are you doing? You doing well? We're going to do something today that's going to be a little fun. We're going to do some exercises today. But the first thing I need you to do, or want you to do, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to, wipe your feet off on your mat or stomp your feet really hard. Doesn't matter. If you just want to do it softly or you want to shake your booty around the room, feel free and just get a movement. So, we're going to wipe our feet. You're going to boogie. Dance around the room, stomp your feet. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to take a very deep breath on the count of 3. And I want you to feel something that is bothering you, something that is upsetting you. If you're sick, somebody hurt your feelings, somebody ignored you that you've given your life to, somebody that has taken you for granted, or if you're really happy, I want you to feel it for as long as you can feel it. So on the count of 3, breathe in and hold it. 1, 2, 3. Feel it. I'm feeling frustrated and lost. Release it. We no longer feel it. We're free to be ourselves. So before we get too far ahead of what we're going to do today, I wanted to go back and show you how I had fixed this. When I did the video, I was doing a product review of this book and the watercolor paints. I went in with their watercolor pencils and added some darkness and changed the shapes of the shading of the brick, and then I went in and tightened things up a little bit and added a little bit more of the light through there. So today we're going to do another door, but this door is going to be different. So I'm going to close this up so it doesn't do anything that it shouldn't do, so you can actually see. So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes with me. You don't have to take a deep breath, you can just breathe normally. Now that you're all fuzzy, warm, you're feeling loved, you're feeling cozy, I want you to imagine that you are walking. There's no pain, no frustration. It is a new world for you. I want you to pick the season, so let's say late spring, early summer, or late summer, early fall. And I want you to imagine you're walking upon your path, you're breathing in the fresh air, the crispness of the trees, the breeze of the limbs brushing through the air, and the leaves making a sound. The soft crunch underneath your feet, the coziness of how your body is all fluid, you're relaxed, you're finally at peace with yourself. And you stumble upon a door. Out of nowhere. Just a door. A door with no walls. Either side of the door looks like it's just part of the world that you already live, but on the other side is your hopes and your dreams. And I want you to base the level of how you're feeling right now on that door. Make the door as beautiful, as crooked, as wonky as you want to. Alright? So open your eyes. Good job, by the way. I want you to pick up your pencil. Just pick up your pencil. And I want you to close your eyes for one more time. And I want you to say, Mr. Pencil, Miss Pencil, my heart is free, my mind is clear. Please lead me to the door that I see in that field. I don't expect anything perfect. I don't expect it to be the most beautiful masterpiece. I expect it to be a reflection of my soul. And then you open your eyes. Your hand is relaxed. The pencil is ready to lead you where you need to go, because the pencil will be your eye. Are you ready? Good job. You're going to turn to your page that you want to go to. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to have to put the lid on my pencils and prop that under right here so I can have a little bit of sturdiness. And yes, we're using Arteza products today. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your lovely ruler. I want you to pick a spot on the page that is not dead center, okay? It'll make sense. So I'm going to go over here a little bit. And I'm going to go from the 10 to the 18. Is that where I'm going to go? Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. And I'm just going to eyeball it here. I have an eraser. We know how to use it, right? Right. So far it looks like a standard door, right? Now we're going to get a little technical. Teresa, we're going to divide the door in half. Not really half, just split it down the center a little bit. You draw your own door if you want to. But I was asked to please do not skip out on drawing the doors. Y'all want to know how to do it, so I'm going to show you. And now you're going to just go across like that. Okay? So I have, trying to figure out how I want to do this. So I'm going to come down the 3 to 4 right there. And I'm going to take this, my mind here to work. Teresa, what are you doing? I'm leading you on a bad path. You want the corner of your, I can't get my head wrapped around this, I'm frustrated. There we go, we got it that time. And I want you to mark your place. It doesn't need to be perfectly even, it just needs to be on there. Okay, I'm probably going to get the white bounce on that, so I apologize if you can't see just yet, but you will start to see it very soon. Then I want you to take and put a line from the angle down and the angle down here. Perfect. Look what you're doing. You are doing absolutely stunning work. I am so proud of you. Yeah, so don't worry if that's up a little too high. You have an eraser. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going to be just fine. So now what I want you to do is I want you to come up here. It's going to be a little tricky to do this because we're going to do it in a different manner. Most would have you find the exact center. I say wing it because I'm not too particular about that. Yeah, we did pretty good for our first round. See, that doesn't look too bad, does it? A little longer here, it'll be fine in a minute. So on either side of the peak here, get you so you can see. On either side of the peak, we're going to go down. You're going to draw straight on down. And don't worry about it. Look at that perfection. Look at you go. I'm so proud of you. Yep, you're right. We're going to connect these. It's going to be a patchwork door, if that's what you want, or it's going to be a very fancy wood door. And so far, it's rocking. Okay? I'm very proud of you for that. You're doing beautiful. So now what do we do? So you have this here. See that line? You're going to match that to the bottom of your door on both sides. Okay? Sorry for my nail scraping. I don't have much for nails, but what little ones I have, they're trying to scrape on things. I'm going to erase the line there. And you have somewhat of your door built. It doesn't look like a door. I know. When I come back, we're going to make this happen. So I'll be right back. Okay. Now what I want you to do, if you're not comfortable laying in some marks with the pen yet, what I want you to do is I want you to use your pencil. I'm going to use the marker, okay? And it's going to make a lot more sense here in a second. So I could go over this again with the ruler, but I'm kind of afraid I'm going to mess it up, but if I do, oh well, right? We're going to lay that in. Just give it a straight line. Does Trissa look like she's worried? Nah. Trissa, you never do. Isn't that the best thing about life? You're just like, put it on there. You want to use a permanent pen that is water soluble or water free, which means you can put water on it. I'll get it right one of these days. And alcohol pens work well for this, and that's what this one is. It's based on alcohol ink or India ink, whatever. I can't think. You get me. You know where I'm going. So I'm just going to put that in there. I'm going to come right over and do the same there. It just looks like a bunch of pieces right now, but I guarantee when we're done, it will look way better than you ever thought possible. So you're going to go straight on down this side here. You can erase the lines in a minute. There is no worry about that. I have to give this ink a chance to dry anyway, because it will smear, and that will make me cranky. We've come a long way, baby. So you're just going to follow your lines. You want to do this part with the pen after you do the pencil, because if you do it before the pencil, you might get some willy wonky lines and you're going to get a little cranky. And we're not about the cranky today, we're about satisfied. Hopes and dreams fulfilled. Okay? So that's still not equal, Teresa. Get it up there right. So I'm going to put that there. You're doing so beautiful, it is scary. So what I'm going to do is pull this side up a little bit. Make sure I have it in there. Yeah, we're doing great. So, on this side, we're going to make a little bit different approach. You're going to come down, give it a little extra line, not a lot, just a little, like that. And then what you're going to do, you're going to wait for your ink to dry so you don't smear it, is you're going to just put what looks like a hinge. So just draw a little box and one down here. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's out in the weather. And this is going to stay black right there. Okay? So we have that in there. That's looking beautiful. We do at the bottom of our door, just like this. Okay? Look at you go. Teresa, it doesn't look like a door. Not yet it doesn't, but it will in a second. You ready? Take a deep breath, we're going in. On either side of your door up here, I want you to put in a nail. Right there. And a nail right there. Good job. Next nail goes here and here. But before you go any further, you're going to come down to your peak a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? You're going to go across like that, because it sort of joints. You know, that's what it says, that's what we're doing. That's just my head anyway. So then you're going to lay in another nail right there, per se, and another one here. You're going to go to the bottom of your door, and you're going to put one here, and one right there. Fantastic. Look what you've done. You were just doing beautiful. So now what I want to do is I want to make sure this is dry before I do this, but it's probably going to mess it up. That's okay. I want to go after my pencil lines where they didn't stay, or where I didn't stay within the lines when I drew it. That is okay with me. I just want to make sure that I get... Yes, I know I'm not using the eraser. I didn't bring it in. I was naughty. I was playing with it, drawing some other stuffs. So this doesn't bother me where the peaks are uneven and things like that. It's my door. My door is not perfect, just like me. It's got missing nuts and bolts pieces. So you're done with your ruler for a minute, so set that aside. Okay? Don't touch anything in here yet. Don't touch this at all. So what I want you to do, take a deep breath, hold your pen kind of loose, and I want you to come down in jagged lines. I don't want it perfect. I don't want you to think you have to go in a straight line. I don't want you to go across by any means. But I want you to come in and then just lay in a little bit of darker pieces, like the wood is starting to rot. Okay, you see that? You're beautiful. Just beautiful. I know you can do it. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to make another little rotted piece right there. And that makes me happy. So now that we have to keep our hand off that, we're going to do the same thing here. So we have to lift our pen up, and I'm going to come down from here, and a little bit more here, and lightly, right through there. And that's how you're going to make a weathered door. It's pretty simple. It takes a little practice of getting your mind used to seeing something with squiggle lines and calling it what it isn't is perfection, but you know, Mother Nature's not perfect, and her wood that comes from her trees isn't always perfect. We make do in life. Sometimes we make do with a little too much and do without a little too much, and that's okay too, because we'll be fulfilled later in life. I believe in that. So you've done that, and you've done it beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. So you're probably going to say, how do we do the angles to the wood here? Well, that's easy. We're going to come at an angle. I'm going to come right up like this. So it's going to look like a pattern, okay? So you're going to go at an angle from your triangle in, just like that. Yep, you got it. Perfection. Just perfection, I tell you. So now we're going to do this here, okay? So I'm going to lay in a big area of some, perhaps dry rot. And I'm just going to lay that in. And you don't have to fill it all in. You can leave little splinters. I think that's just the coolest part right there. Okay? Then here, I'm going to not match the other side. I'm going to come down. And I'm going to make sure that's up there. Because if you have an older home, one side of the home is going to be a little rougher than the other unless it's completely sided, because the weather patterns don't always hit the same sections of the house or door the same way. I'm going to pause, be right back. We're going to do the bottom of this door, and we're going to continue on. Stay tuned. Okay, are you ready? For our bottom boards here, we're going to put in 3 little slats. I didn't want to confuse the narrative on this. 3 or 4. That's up to you. Don't worry about that. We'll fix that. If we don't want to, we don't have to. That's my rule. And there we go. Okay. So here, let's say where I did that boo-boo, we have a little bit of rotted wood right there. So you're going to come down. And you can also kind of not lift your pen off the paper. What I mean is you can kind of do little wiggles like that. As long as they're varied. Do you see what I mean? You get me. You're doing fabulous. I'm so proud. So over here, I'm going to do a big kind of rounded like that. And I'm going to kind of color that in a little bit. With, you know, in our world, it's our way. Nobody tells us what to do here. We don't play that game. So now we're going to have a little fun breaking the door up from its perfection. So here, I hit the light. I'm sorry, I thought I hit the camera. I want you to wiggle your brush back and forth. Not your brush, your pen. I'm so sorry. I'll get it right. Right there. And I want you to come over to just this side of the door, because this is going to be your shadow side. I want you to thicken that as well. Right there. You see how that's going to stand out? Good job. And I want you to thicken this over here a little bit too. Okay? Just thicken that slightly. Beautiful. So since this is underneath, we're going to do that here. And I'm going to kind of come down a little bit like it's a little more weathered than one would think. And I'm going to do the same here too. And I'm just going to pull all the way across. And do the same thing here. And then here. Alright? So the bottom of the door we're going to leave pretty much alone right now. Now what I want you to do is, instead of going up and down because the wood is going this way, now you're just going to go and pull the little shapes in this way. You can wiggle, you can even leave a little bit of rotted wood here and there. Just vary your strokes. You don't want to go side by side. You want to lift, come up, and lift again, pull down, short strokes. And then you want to pull this through, and just like that. Okay? Now we have to get to the tricky part. What is the tricky part? We are going to do a button door handle. Yep. And for that, I'm going to need something round. Hopefully not too round. I was going to use a glue stick lid. I didn't bring in my circle things. That's too big. Well, this isn't going to work out good today, is it? It'll work out fine. Let's see. It's a little too big too. So I guess we're going to wing it. It has paint on the tip of it. Can you believe that? I am so silly. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay in. Get my hand to work here. Shake your hand off. If you need to scribble on a piece of paper, do it. Your door's going to be fine. I'm putting my door handle on the right. And I don't care. It's a perfect button. It's been chewed on. We did pretty darn good though, didn't we? So my door is going to have the button like this. And it's going to have just a little piece of thread like that. Fabulous. So fabulous. Good job. So now we have to put in some nails here. It's the cross. I want to say cross beam, but it's not a beam. You know what I mean, crosswood. Now we're going to get eclectically fun again. So now you're going to come up like it's a heartbeat and just wiggle that across. You can do it. Alright, you're just going to keep on doing. You're doing beautiful. I've never been so proud of you in my life. Look at that. Look at that. Look at your door. You're just amazing. You really are. But Therese, I don't know what to do with this. That's okay, because we're going to paint that dark. That's going to be a dark window. So we now have to do something a little more. Are you ready for this? This is going to be sassy fun. I hope. What I want you to do is I want you to not even use the ruler for this. This is going to be the wood fence around your dream. So, though I have that there, we can paint a tree or something there. We don't really care. So I want to come up to about here. Alright. Just scratch it in. Don't touch the ruler for this, please. You're not going to like it. Let that one come up. Just like that. Okay? Don't worry about the ground. We'll take care of it. So we have one here. So we have the one here that's supposed to come down like this. And across. Like that. Good job. So, you're going to say, but Teresa, it's, just hold on. You're going to do a small line here. And I have to widen this one a little bit. I see that one's a little too goofy. That one's not quite wide enough. Alright, here we go. You just made a fence post. Do you see that? You are absolutely amazing. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I'm so proud. You say that all the time, because I am. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your pen, come down on this side, come across, come down, turn it, come lightly, come up one side like that. It'll be two-toned in a matter of time, trust me. We'll have our shaded side and our non-shaded side. We have to make it dimensional, right? You're right, we do. Good job. Tricky stuffs, huh? Not really. So do your little triangle here. Great job. And come straight across. Like that. beautiful. Just beautiful. Very proud of you. You have to let that dry for a second. And while it dries, I'm going to clean the memory card off and I'll be right back. We'll finish this up. And then we're going to paint it. How exciting. I'll be right back. Alright everyone. If the no bottom to your wood is driving you crazy, just add a little bit like that. We're going to add some foliage and things so that it'll start looking a little bit different when we're done. Playing with your pencil and letting your pencil do the work for you is the best way to play. Now, when it comes to wood, you sort of have to use a ruler to do this. If it were any other door, like a stone door or something, you could be free with your hand and just draw it in with the pen. But the wood doors have a certain straightness. You know what I mean? I'm sure most of you live in homes, apartment buildings. You have walls. You understand what I mean. So, the part that makes this the most interesting is how we're going to twist the fence over here. We are going to go for a full-blown fun effect, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to come up here a little bit. I want you to lay in your first little beam or post. And then I want you to come a little ways apart. I want you to lay in another. Now, back in the day when I first started, I would take a ruler and just go straight across, and it looked amateurish. And they were absolutely correct. It took me a long time to find the freedom to just let this slant. Excuse me, hiccups. To let it slant means it's more natural, and it's more fun. So now you're going to come down a little bit. Just a little bit here. And you're going to lay in another fence post. Wow, Trace, this is fascinating. Yes, I know, but I went over too far. That's why it erases. So I'm going to go about right here. Come down a little bit further. And then you're going to lay in another one. Right there. Good job. So how are we going to play this one, Trace? Well, that's easy. Now you're going to erase the front portion of this. And you're going to go behind this to there. Not quite out as far as I did. That was a little nutty. Okay, it'll make sense in a minute. And your next one is going to be the same way. So you're going to come down here, and you're going to come like this. And this one's going to have your end on it. Nope. Working too different of an angle, Teresa. So now you're just going to lay in your front here. And then you're going to lay in your little post. I always go overboard, but we'll erase once we get it all nice and pretty. Then we'll do the dimension to our lovely items here. And then your final one is going to be pretty tricky. You're going to come up here. And this is going to be the best part of your day. We're going behind both of the beams. So you're going to go here, here, here. Then we laid in our fence. A little different, but that's okay. That's what we're about anyway, right? So now we're going to take our pen. Now we're going to get serious. Deep breath in if you're nervous. So I'm going to come down here because there's a little tippy top to that one. I'm going to lay that post in. Willy-nilly. It's okay. This understands me. Because wood that is weathered isn't going to be without warping. I know this. I live in a very old home that shows age severely. But it's okay. It's not really my own home. It's my father's and my mother's. So you're going to come over like this. And that one a little straight, but that's alright. I'm not going to worry about it. Because we will make up for that right here. And you're just going to follow that home. It's going to make the eye know that there's distance going in, more depth perception. If there's no depth perception, stop sighing, we didn't do our job right. And that's okay. I'm sighing because I'm relaxing. I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to do the post like this. And then right on through that post like that. It looks good to me. It looks marvelous. So here I'm going to add a little bit more of that there. It makes it a little more strategically sensible, shall we? So now we have to divide. We're only going to divide certain ones. So this is going to show an angle. So it will look like it's dimensional. Take your time. Do broken lines if you want to. It doesn't have to be perfect. Perfect is overrated. And those are the only ones that are going to be dimensional because you're going to see just the front of these. Okay? Gives the eye something different. Okay, Teresa, I understand, but I don't understand something. Now we're going to pull it together. Are you ready? Alright. So, you're going to put a nail there, a nail here, and a nail here. And you're going to put a nail there and a nail here, and one here, and one here, and one there, and one there. Because it has to hold the boards on, right? You're getting it. We're Bob's the Builders now. We're professional architecturalists. Not really. Alright, loves, turn your paper. So now you're going to come in. You're going to lay some wood grain down. So now you're just going to lay that down on the front of it, so where your nail is at on this one is going to be the front of your board. I'm going very lightly. See how that differentiates? Yes, you're not going to see the wood grain on the side as much as you are on the front. It's just the way the eye works. I don't know. My eyeballs are crazy. And I come down and just keep sweeping down. Do the same here. Sweep down. You don't have to do all straight lines. You can wiggle them all over the place. This is where your artistic license comes in handy. You don't have one? Steal one. It's okay. Steal that artistic license. I give you permission. Write your heart, and this will follow. I guarantee it. Look at that. So this here I'm going to come down a little more on. I left it a little too bare. This looks pretty good. So this is our front board here. And you're going to come straight on down. And come across here. Oh, look at how beautiful that's starting to look. See how it's starting to pull itself together? Genius. We're going to do this, and we're going to pull out some paints. Pull on down. Congratulations, you just did a fence and a door to your soul's happiness. I'm very proud of you. Now I want you to pause for a minute, take a break, shake it off, then come back with some paint, and we're going to finish this up. I'll be right back. Alright, are you ready to paint? Are you? I hope so. So what are we going to use today? We're going to use dry medium today, and we're going to make it into a wet medium. What are we talking about? We're going to talk about watercolor pencils. We play with the real paints, we play with them from the tube, we play with them when they're dry, all that good stuff. But do you really want to know the unhidden gem in watercolor is the pencil? The watercolor pencil. These are Arteza. They have the name, they have the number, they're beautiful. You're going to use a water pen. Yes, I know. Plug, plug, plug. I only have the coupon till the 31st of March. And I really want you to try inexpensive quality products. Some fight you with. This book is Arteza too. Just being honest. Let's get started. You're going to take out 2 browns. We're going to do the door. 2 browns, Teresa. So where you see the joints here, touch, you're going to take your darker brown. You're going to come down a little bit. Just like that. Look at you go. You're going to do the same thing over here. Now you're probably asking why I have that there. Well, when we color it with water, I'm going to add that back. So you're going to want to leave this where the joints are. So you're going to come right under where the pieces of your door are. Just like that. You got it. You're doing wonderful. You're pretty excited to see how this is going to turn out, aren't you? I don't blame you. And then you're going to come right here. Had to take a deep breath and look away for a minute. My blood pressure's running a little goofy. No big deal. I'm still kicking. It's a good thing. But we forgot the bottom part of our door. I forgot to do that part. But we're going to color this in first, because I'm going to lead you all over the map today, because I'm crazy like that. You're going to take your pencil back out. I looked at this when I walked away. I'm thinking there's something not quite done yet, Teresita. I'm going to fix it. We don't have a door jamb. You know what happens if we don't have a door jamb? You're letting critters in. So I'm going to just wing it. I'm not even going to use that. I don't want to. I'm going to come down just a little bit. Like right there, I think. I'm going to go beyond your door just a little. Like that. A little too far, we'll throw it into the woodwork. And you're just going to lay that in. Probably don't even need the ruler for this part, but you never know. And I rolled. The door jamb goes into the outer part of the wall. I like it. I like it. I'm not going to worry about that line. No. Because what I'll do is I'll come up and I'll lay little bits of this in. So that's what I like to do anyway. And then come through here. That looks really good to me. Then let's see. We don't really want to do anything too much in front of that. My reference photo here is driving me nuts trying to hit the floor. I like to use reference photos and just have fun. So on this side you're going to do the same thing. Just squiggles. Just vary them up and down. It'll be fine. I'm going to show you how we're going to do more. I'm going to come in and add all kinds of flavors. And then you're just going to come over to the edge and stop right there. Looks pretty neat. Starting to fill itself out, just like a newborn baby starts to get chubby cheeks. I wouldn't know anything about that except for my brother's kids, and I'm never going through the kid thing ever again. I like peace and quiet. I'm just messing with you. So you're going to come right here. We'll get back to our program now that I have the door jamb in there. And where that meets, you're going to do this. I have a door booklet that I work with. They send things through the mail, and I love to do that. I like to look and just imagine doors all over the place in magazines and creature comforts of life and all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. So now I want you to go in to where you don't have any markings into your wood. And I want you to color that with your dark pencil. Your dark brown. See how we're doing that? You're doing wonderful. You are doing phenomenal. Alright. I want you to come straight down. And straight across. And you are about done with that pencil. So set it aside. Pick up your lighter brown. Now you're going to color the whole thing this color. Right over that brown. Then I'm going to show you how to add other colors to it. Make it a little more fun. Are they going to be all wood doors? For the time being, yes. I find them fascinating. I love all kinds of things nature, and if I can make this as nature as I can get it, I am a happy girl. I'm going to go right through here, and right up to the peak, and just lay that color in. I'm going to go over it a few times, make sure I have the colors in there. I don't want hidden little white spots that I have to work over. I don't think you want that either. So I'm going to go in this direction. With these pencils, it doesn't matter really what direction you go to, it's all going to blend in, but it's always good if you're using a different type of pencil to kind of get in the habit of this, so that your mind understands that sometimes you need to go in with a little difference. And I see we missed the inside of this too. Boy, am I rushing. I'm not trying to rush. I just want you to be relaxed and enjoy life without being here for 50 million years. I really want you to learn how to play with all kinds of watercolory stuff. You went outside the line. You went outside the line. What do we do? You erase it, because watercolor pencils erase. Good job. That was a fret, wasn't it? No heartburn on that one. We fixed it. Plus you can take water and remove it. You're just going to lay that color in. Like that. Keep laying it in. And go right on across. And I see I missed another area. My gosh, Teresa. You missed this area too. I am getting a little cray-cray in my old age. I don't like the word cray-cray all the time. I'm just plain crazy. That happens. Alright, so I'm going to go down here on this one. And right there. We're officially done on that section. Yeah, color this in. Just like this. You went above it again. I ain't gonna worry about it. Watercolor's meant to be expressions. Expressions everywhere. So I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna bring in some more colors and be right back. Alright, let's get started. I want you to pull out a red. You don't want to play with a red? I'm using alizarin red. You don't have to. So just in some areas, I'm going to come in and delicately just scribble a little red. Maybe it's a red oak door. Or it could be a little bit seasoned differently. Doesn't always have to be perfect. And it's a-okay. And then I'm going to come right over here. And I'm going to come right here. And see how it's starting to add a little bit different flavor? I'm not going to touch anything but the door with these colors. Okay? So I'm going to come in with maybe a bit of yellow. What is yellow going to do? This is very potent yellow, so you want to use very lightly. You don't want to use a lot, because it'll take over the picture. Alright, good job. Pull out your brush. It's time to get blending. Wrong one, Teresa. I'm using just a big one. A big flat. I'm going to get it activated. There we go. Make sure it's clean. I'm going to start right here. So we're just going to pull down. See how that yellow tries to take over? I told you. That yellow is very potent. So I'm going to let that rest. Just like that. Don't worry about that at all. Wipe your brush tip off. Now we're going to go this way. And I'm going to have to move it from my hand. See how beautiful this paper blends with their product? It blends beautifully. Now I put the wax paper underneath because I was thinking I was going to use real watercolors, aka the tube. And I decided I want to use pencils. So if you're on a field trip and you don't have access to a lot of water, this is your medium. Oh, Trace, it's looking pretty yellow. That's okay. We'll come in and fix her right up. Don't worry about it. First layer of watercolor. And I come straight on down. We didn't do that stoop yet. I'm not worried about that. We'll get that in a minute. So you see how the flavor is different? It's a good feeling, isn't it? I know, right? You're doing so wonderful trusting me. like I said, just change the colors to your liking. But when you do color these in, you want to go up and down because you're going in with the grain of the board. Not the paper, the board. See? Oh, I kind of really like that. That's really cool. It looks jaundiced. Nah, it'll be fine. It will be perfect. Maybe it's the sun door to a world that's been full of rain. You don't know. I don't know either. You're just going to keep on playing. Alright? Oh, now we're getting some definition with that darkness. Oh, look at them colors blend. They're the only watercolor pencil, besides another brand, that will blend completely without leaving pencil marks on your paper. Sweep that across. Don't worry about it. And sweep it here. And I want to push, get more water on the brush. I wipe the excess off on my hand. I can prove it, my finger's wet. You don't have to prove it, Teresa. It's okay, I understand. What color is our button going to be? Gray. We'll put that on there in a minute. We have more tuning to do. Looks pretty cool, right? Still doesn't look like a door. We're not done yet. And that color of brown is like a yellow ochre. We'll fix it. Not gonna worry about it. Not gonna worry about it. You see how you're just pulling on down that way? Beautiful. And then pull right on across. Like this. And pull right on across. Like that. I'm wiping it off on my shirt. I do that when I watercolor sometimes with these. If I don't feel like holding a towel in my hand, I'll come in and take care of it this way. My floor is going to squeak because I'm moving along with the page. My art makes me dance. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Can you imagine behind this store is a world of dragons that are your cars? They lift you up and fly you all over the world. And it's all mystical, and the properties are all just surprisingly beautiful castles, and there's no danger. That would be a beautiful life, wouldn't it? I agree. So I'm going to go in. Let's see the color of that one. This was tawny. And this one, walnut brown, and I have a darker brown here. So that's pretty dry already. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over that again with the brown. Because that tawny looks pretty yellow. Okay. I'm going to show you how we're going to deepen it a little bit. Then we're going to move on. We have the inside of the door to do, the button knob to do, and all things that are beautiful. I know, that's what happens. And sweep on down through. You say moving faster. We've laid our first color in, so we're okay. I'm going to go back in with this darker color. And I'm going to pull. I say I'm going to go right on down, and I'm just going to pull right into that wood that we've been building. Pretty neat, huh? Yeah, I know. And I keep building the layers. And do the same thing right here. And right underneath that board. Right on top of this board. Right here. And I'm going to lay the same color here. I'm going to go on the outer part of the door. Get my hand to work. Right like that. And I'm going to come right up like this. I like how it's turning out so far. It looked pretty fiery when we first started. Yes, it did. You were just doing beautiful. Okay, I'm going to pause. Be right back. Alrighty then, let's get some more colors on here. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to move my box with me. And come right across. Leave the center somewhat light, like it's faded. We do have to add a little shadow over here anyway. It'll be fine. We're doing that now by adding that dark right there. It's looking pretty cool. I know. You are trusting me to lead you on an adventure of watercolor for a lifetime. Once you get this down pat, you can draw and do anything. It's just that first initial fear. I have to go around this button, because this is our shadow side. The light's coming from this way. And we're going to put a little shadow here, but not a lot. We have to remember we have that there. And I come over it again, a little lighter. So where my shadow spots are, I'm going to go back over with that dark. I should have looked closer at what I was doing, but you know, the toning is going to really make this step out and play a little better. I'm going to have to come after this a little more. I don't want that to be too light either. See? Oh, yeah, you're doing it. Good jobs. Good jobs. It's a little warped there. Got a little too much water. That's okay. Life happens. We all tend to buckle once in a while in our lives, don't we? We try to stand tall through it, but sometimes you don't always have to be the strongest. Alright. Good job. I'm going to put these away. I'm going to bring onto my brush again. I always make a habit to put the lid on so that the tips don't get mangled. I like to do things in a different manner. Start in the center. And then pull in. See? Perfection. Boy, you're just geniuses, I tell you. I only have to tell you once. Center. And pull in. Pull in. You can layer with these pencils. I've never had a watercolor pencil that I was able to layer with and not remove the bottom color, but this set, and I'm not exaggerating. I have some expensive brands too. I'm going to color that all dark there. So we're going to go right in the center. I'm going to pull down. Pull up. Looking beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Proud of you. And we're going to lift over here. And we're going to do the center. Pull down. And pull up. Perfect. Great job. I'm wiping off on my shirt in between boards, okay? And you're going to pull down. And pull right on down, right there. You're going to pull up. Try not to hit the area twice. If you do, that's okay. I do love that. Wow. It's amazing. Center. The things that excite me, I tell you. Pull down. And pull up. Look at that start to come to life. Who knew we could do something so fun? I did. I have faith in you. And pull down. And pull up. Perfect. Same through here. Go straight on down the center. That was fun. I'm wiping off as I come back. And pull through. Look at that. Now I'm getting quiet because my mind is at peace because I see this and it's like, wow. That is truly one beautiful door. And yes it is. Yes it is, friends. So now I'm going to let that dry. We're going to come over here. We're going to do our dark parts first. Do them over here too. And then over here. I'm trying not to put my hand in it, because I really want to. And I'm going to come right over the sides here. And we're going to leave see how we added that dark there? I have to get more water on my brush here. There we go. I'm going to pull this down. Good job. I'm going to pull this down. Leave it alone. Pull that across. Don't worry about that. Pull that there. Alright. That's looking like fun right there, isn't it? That's craziness. I'm going to leave that alone. Good job, good job, good job. Let's see, is it dry enough? Yep. Take your dark. Time to get scary. I want you to scribble in some dark. Teresa. Do it. Trust me. Now take your dark chocolate again. What is this one? This one's espresso. And now, I'm going to get serious. Right around here. We're going to fill that in with the gray. No, not the gray, the black. I'll get it right one of these days. I'm a little excited to teach you stuff. Have things come out really pretty and show you how to draw. It's not hard. It just tells you to put your heart in your pencil, which is what we did. Do you see what your heart come up with? The most gorgeous door probably ever. I know, right? Craziness. Go over that with a little bit more black right here, just in the center. Just in the center. Are you ready? You're always ready. I know. Can't scare us now, Teresa. We built a door. Next we'll be doing Noah's Ark. Not yet. And this is all about doors. It's going to come right up. Okay? I want you to come up here. Kind of lay in a little outline. And then I want you to sweep it. Okay? Be very gentle. Alright, look at you go. Alright, look at you go. Doesn't that make a difference? Yes. I agree, it makes all the difference. And I'm right on your side. I'm still wiping that off because we want to do the outer part first. And if I don't have enough pigment, I'll add more once it dries. And I have to add more. But that's okay. That's a-okay. And I'll let it dry. And we'll add more. It just creates a depth to the door. I'm going to pause and be right back. Alright, while that's drying, we want to do our base here. You want to come in and add a little wood green to that. It's not going to be real perfect. Don't worry about it. Come in with your dark brown. Again. Oh, so fascinating. And then we've let that dry enough. I'm not going to worry about it. There you go. So now I want you to take your medium base brown. Are you ready? You're ready. I want you to lay in a little pile of dirt. Don't fill it all in. Okay? Just leave it like that. Wow, that was difficult, kid. Nah, I got you. I told you, it's simple fun. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it right. You're gonna hear things crash and bang over here, but that happens. I don't want an aquamarine, I want a darker green. Okay, so now you have two greens. So for your lighter green, you're gonna be on the bottom. Okay? Just lay it in there, willy-nilly. There's no fussing with this part. This part's the fun part. You just get to play. You can come up around a little more. You see how you're doing that? Oh, look at that. It's just too good for words. You have more talent than you'll ever know. Now just come up here a little bit. Don't be too forceful with it. Just let it be. Alright? I'm going to be here. So, I see I made some blunders. Right here I went outside the lines a little bit, so I'm just going to come in and add a little extra foliage. That's all you do. It's not rocket science. It's a heck of a lot of fun though. So you do the same over here. And I create just a little bit more depth. Have a little more foliage. Don't worry if your pen's skipping. I'm doing that on purpose. It's not about the perfect line. It's more about the interpretation of the piece that we're building. As you can see, it's coming along quite nicely. You're doing wonderful. So you're only going to leave the dark in the back. You're going to bring the light a little bit forward here. So I'm going to mix and play with some colors. Because the line work's going to help us out a little bit. You're just going to scribble. What? Yeah, scribble. Close your eyes and let your heart beat. Scribble. Take your dark green. Come in. Scribble right over the top of those areas. And I'm going to lay in a little bit more difference of color. Give it a little bit more poopy pop. And just come in and play some more. So when it's your imagination, you can't play with perfection. You just have to come in and play. So you're going to say, well, where's the sky? It's coming. Are you ready? I'm going to add just a little bit of blue here and there. You don't want to fill the whole thing, and you just want to leave it cattywampus, if you will. The same goes for over here. The grass and the sky don't have to meet in our pictures. If you want them to, you can. That's okay. We'll just come down a little further because you want them to meet. That's alright. It's your drawing. It is your world. You can create masterpieces, or you can create nothing. Now, I want you to put your wrapping that you brought in underneath. Alright? Deep breath. Here we go. We're going to do the brown first. Why? It'll lay the scene in. So come in and just blend it in. Let some areas be darker if you want. Let other areas be light. Your art and your heart, it's all coming together. There's no right or wrong. You're just going to be perfect at it. Over here and do the same. See, we may need to deepen that color too. That's okay. All in fun. Now you're going to come in to the green grass and you're going to lay your pen on its side. And just pull that in. I don't want to get that on the other page. I'm going to be a little quiet over there and have fun over here. Let it merge into your brown. It'll be the best time of its life. Add more water on that pen. There we go. You see how you're doing this? Look at you go. Just clean your pen off there. Look at this. Look at this beauty. I tell you, it's craziness. Alright, so now we're going to come over here. We're just going to squiggle up and down. Squiggle up and down. Doesn't mean nothing. We're just playing. We're just playing hard. It's our book of fun. Some have a book of shadows. We have a book of doors. They don't need to know where they go. I agree. Our world. Our moment. I'm going to come right over here. You're probably going to get confused and go, why are we going to redo this again? You have to add in layers. Watercolor is about soft glazes. You can do soft glazes in acrylic and oils as well. You see how that's turning out? I know, you're so impressed with yourself. You can't wait until we play with this book again. I can feel it. And that's a good thing, because I know you can do it. Okay, so you just come in and just play. Just play. Alright, I have to let this dry. Clean out the memory card. I'll be back and we're going to have a little more fun. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, before we start tightening up our picture, I want you to take a baby wipe, a damp cloth, whatever you have, and we're going to play with smudging our light sky in. I want it very soft and delicate. That looks like I'm just picking it up and removing it, but I'm not. It's very subtle. I don't want this very vibrant, as it's supposed to be dreamy. The focus isn't the sky, it is the door. I will lift it so you can see that it is on there. It is blended beautifully. I'm breaking the rules here. Sorry about that. When don't you break rules? I'm a very law-abiding citizen in real life, my everyday life, but when it comes to playing and paint, I break the rules. Excuse me. Hiccups. There's some green there, so I'm going to pick up a little bit of that green and just toss that right there too, because I feel like it. It's party. So we have more that we need to tighten up and things to do, and that is a good thing. I'll move that wet baby wipe out of my way. Put the blue back in its container, and we're going to get started. I'm going to come in and deepen this, just in areas, not everywhere, just in certain areas. See how that's really starting to pull it together? It's kind of crazy. I'm going to come in with that. What is this, lime green? Grass green. That's grassy green. Pull that through here. And then we're going to pull out our markers. We're going to do a little more fun with those. Oh, you betcha. And I color it through here again. I think. Oh, I'm loving how that looks. Sometimes I just want to leave the watercolor pencil as is because the texture is so gorgeous. I tell you, it works. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing. But it's kind of hard with my grass green. And do the same through here. It's a fairly easy process once you get started. It's not hard at all. And I come through here and lay it flat. So when you do your grasses, you want to lay them flat. You don't want to do up and down just yet, because we're just doing the smushed part where your feet go that you have to mow. The mowing season's about around the corner, isn't it? I know, right? Let's go back up here before we touch our water brush again. We're laying a little bit more darkness here. She doesn't want dark in her world. I'm sorry, but the window has to be dark. You can add light to it if you'd like. Mine's mysterious. Mine shows daytime on the front and darkness on the other side, and nighttime, filled with magic. All kinds of fireflies with their little buzzers going, giving me light to see my path. Moon is bright. Everybody's ready to play. You just never know, right? I know. So what we did there, you're going to want to do here. I want you to go in a circle. I want you to do the same thing right like that. Alright. Looking good. Looking good. I'm going here with my dark green. Again. Just a little dark green. Kind of give it a little shape here and there. Nothing too fancy smancy. And I will bring it up so you can see there's some sky in there. See how subtle that is? That's what I like when I do these. You can use yours as dark as you want. If you think I want to add more, I can add more. You want to add more? Alright. We'll add more. It's not quite to your color liking. I understand. I went through here a little naughty. That's okay. And through here. I have enough there. I'm not going to worry about going all the way down too far. I'm just laying that in like that. Smurfect. It's too scary, Smurfect. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take, not that brown, the tawny that we started with. I want to add, and get this wet. And I'm going to cough. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm going to add it wet. So you can just dip these in your water bucket, and then you can come over here and just paint them in wet. Just like that. And do the same here. Just kind of give it a little bit of difference. Okay? Looks pretty different, doesn't it? I know. I'm going to do the same over here. Just going to come down lightly. Over here the same. And then kind of up and down. Just like that. Okay? I'm trying to avoid that page that's clean and pretty and unprotected. I tend to mess those up. That's alright. And this paper, for just 110 pounds, which is absolutely fabulous, is perfect for all kinds of stuffs. It comes in a 2-pack. It's 2 for the price of 1. A little one here. You see how that's working? You're just going to lightly do it. Just relax your hand. To swipe over and get a little more water. Alright, here we go. And let it saturate where it wants to saturate. It's cool. So now we have to lay in some shadows. I'm going to lay in a little shadow here. A little shadow across here. Get that wet again. You probably thought I forgot, but I didn't. Lay in a little shadow here. A little shadow there. One across here. Come on. You can do it. And lay one right like this. Okay? And just lay it on. I have to. Let it in. There we go. Lift it up and just let it smooth around a little bit. No big deal. Okay? I'm going to set that pencil on the side to dry. I'm going to make sure I didn't get that on the other side. Doesn't matter. There's nothing back there anyway. I'll let it play a little bit. So I'm going to merge this around. And just let it be. If I need to add more shadow, take it away. We can do it. It's not a big deal. Come over here a little more. Oh, see, now that sets it in. Sets it in kind of in a different way. It's kind of a little this and that. So then you're just going to want to, so we have the cross beams. I'm going to bring that back. It's not always going to be perfect, okay? So you're just going to kind of lay it like that. Same goes for there. It's sort of the opposite. It's going to look, you don't want it too perpendicular, so you don't want it here, here, and here, so you're doing a double fence. You just want to let the eye know that there's a shadow. And darn it, I have to pause again. I'll be right back. Alright, so what I was trying to say is you don't want this here. You kind of want it here, so it's kind of a different perceptive thing. Make your mind work a little bit. No, it's not because I made a mistake. I'm serious. I want you to let your mind work a little. So where we have the path here, we're going to go in with our pen, get some water, activate it, and we're going to put in more of that path. We're going to go right over that color, just like that. That's looking pretty pretty. And put that in right there. Whoa, look at you go. You are creating a watercolor masterpiece in your notebooks. Who knew that was going to happen today? I did. And I turn my arm here so I can make sure I get that color in there. Oh, I love that. That is just screaming at me. It's pretty. I like it. I'm going to come up in and I'll wiggle it through. I'm going to come right up through here and wiggle that through. And let that be. And I just wiggle like that. See how we're doing this? We're blending it. Just come right up and down motion. back and forth. Deepen your colors and they'll all look really pretty if you're not squeaking on your floor like I am. I'm going to pull that straight up and over here and then across. Just across. Alright, so we have that lovely sky yet to do again. I'm going to try it again with my baby wipe. And I don't care if there's texture. I don't want to go too crazy. Yeah, I like that. I'm just rubbing very gently. Very gently. And I'm painting with my left hand. Look out, world. That could be a disaster. I see an area that I want to lift, so I'm going to pull my towel out. I'm going to lift that. And if I don't like the way it lifts, I'll just take an eraser later, and I'm going to be fine, or I'm just going to leave it as is, because it's a sketchbook. That's all it is. Just meant to have some fun in. And we're going to go back into the door, and we have all that fixings to do, and good stuff. I go back in with my baby wipe over here. And I'm going to just keep it kind of muted. Nothing too fancy. So I'm not about the fancy gal, I'm about the whimsy. Because I like it. We're going to do the inside of that door real quick. The windows, that is. I'm going to do the outer part first. Just like that. And then straight on through. I'm going to pull up a little bit into this area. That's fine too. You just want it to look not hollow, but inviting, like there's nobody home. This secret door is all yours. Everybody else sees nothing. You see the secret door. The door to your soul. Your happy place. It's really where it always has to be. It's just your happy place. You want it so that it's like there's a little bit of light. Looks like there's in there a hallway that's dark, but there's lights on, type thing. I know. Philosophical in it again. That happens. You're going to go around the door handle right there. Lift up. And you're going to sweep around. The door handle's done. Are you ready? We're going in for the final stretch. I hope you're ready. And then pull across like that. Come straight across the center. And then you're going to pull in very carefully over there. And I don't care if I'm outside the line. I don't care. See? It erases just fine. It does. It erases beautifully. I'll do that after it dries tomorrow before I play in it again. Well, we're not going to play with it again this week, but before we play in it again, I'll have it all reset and ready to roll. And that, my dear loves, is fun. Is it not? I get you. Simple little sketches like this are going to really get your mind creative, your mind flowing, and you're just going to relax. And that's all that I want you to do with watercolor when you start out, is to relax. It's a hard medium to get down pat. But these will help you control your way, and they erase beautifully, as well as they come clean with water. You don't have all the markings. So I'm going to lift it up for you to see. I'm going to move this aside. Put it back in the corner because I don't want to see it for another day. And I'm going to lift it up. Do you see the details that you've done? Do you see the beauty that you've created? Just by taking those deep breaths and giving permission to your pencil to let it art your heart for you, let it be your eyes. And this is just a beautiful piece. Now I'm not going to sign this until I'm done tweaking it, which means I'm going to come in and do a little erasing here and there and all that good stuff. But yeah, I want you to enjoy life with your art supplies without stress. I want it to be your consistency, that on a bad day you grab your pencil and your pencil is your comfort. It will not ever fail you, nor will your supplies. Alright? I hope you had fun creating another watercolor door. So bless may be in your life, bless may be on your journey, and thank you for blessing me with your presence. I want you to stay classy. I want you to stay sassy, but most of all, my sweets, I want you to stay you. It's most important to me. Much love and many hugs, and I will see you Wednesday for more fun. I don't know what we're doing yet, but I guarantee we're going to enjoy it. So stay tuned for that, alright? Stay safe. See you soon.